Welcome to SpeedyPodz, episode 18.
Great to be here. We have a ton to get through today.
We really do. A huge flood of breaking news across AI, business, and geopolitics. So our job today is to really condense all of that.
Focus on what actually matters, the new models, the big policy fights.
And that escalating geopolitical tech race. So let's just jump right in with the dizzying speed of these new AI models.
Okay, so first up is Google's Gemini 3 Flash. It's really positioning itself as the new best overall model.
Best overall in what sense? Like pure power or cost?
Both, really. It scored 78% on the Switch and Verified Coding Challenge, which, is a major industry benchmark.
Okay, so it's very capable.
Right. And it's incredibly cheap. We're talking 50 cents per million input tokens. That makes it, 6 times cheaper than something like Claude Sonnet?
6 times cheaper?
Yeah.
Wow. And they're just giving it away for free in Google Search and the Gemini app, and it's multimodal, right?
Exactly. It accepts video, audio, images, text, all of it, seamlessly.
So that's the brute force performance approach. But here's the real curveball you pointed out in the sources, Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom. Of all companies, their success is a lesson in smart architecture over just pure size.
What do you mean by that, this federated AI approach?
Exactly. It isn't one giant model. They have this proprietary Z-score system that intelligently routes a prompt to the best possible model for the job.
So it could be a small model, an open source one?
Any of them. Small, open, closed source, whatever works. And this collective approach just hit a 48.1% on the humanities last exam benchmark.
Wait, that's higher than Gemini 3 Pro, isn't it?
It is. Gemini Pro is at 45%.
That is just astounding. So if Zoom can get better results by just being smarter about routing, does that challenge the whole idea of pouring billions into one massive model?
It certainly raises the question, but you see the big players are just doubling down. Look at OpenAI.
Right, with the new GPT Image 1.5.
Yeah, it's 4 times faster, enables really precise editing, and follows instructions flawlessly. We're talking complex 6x6 grids and perfect text rendering, which is so hard to do.
And they're pushing ChatGPT to be the default entry point for everything. Adobe Photoshop, Apple Music playlists.
And that kind of aggressive expansion requires, a staggering amount of money for infrastructure.
Which brings us to those Amazon investment talks, something like $10 billion or even more.
Yeah, a deal that could value OpenAI at over $500 billion. But you have to remember that money helps OpenAI meet its massive server bill.
That was the, $38 billion commitment?
$38 billion over 7 years just to rent GPUs and chips from cloud providers like AWS. So the investors are essentially trading that compute power for equity.
Okay, so with all this money and momentum, the policy debate is just exploding. Senator Bernie Sanders is now calling for a complete moratorium.
A complete halt, yes, on building any new AI data centers.
And his reasoning is to stop billionaires from gaining more power and, of course, the big fear of massive job displacement.
Right, but this is where we see that clash between perception and data. A moratorium would dangerously hand the AI race to China.
And the data doesn't even support the job loss fears, does it?
Not at all. A Vanguard study actually found that job growth is higher in occupations exposed to AI. We're talking 1.7% growth versus just 0.8% in other sectors.
So if the data shows growth, where is this negative narrative coming from?
Well, it seems to be a very well-funded narrative. These so-called doomer organizations like the Future of Life Institute.
The one that got that huge crypto donation.
The very one. A $600 million war chest from a Dogcoin donation. They're using it to fund anti-AI journalism fellowships at major publications, which, amplifies that message.
Okay, so let's pivot from that internal debate to the global one. The West's single biggest tech advantage has always been ASML's EUV machines.
The $250 million lithography machines, yeah. They've been a key part of U.S. export controls against China since 2018. It's the ultimate choke point.
But now Reuters is reporting that China has built a prototype.
A prototype, allegedly reverse-engineered, and they're targeting working chips by 2028. But what's even more aggressive is their alternative plan.
Wax on.
Research from Tsinghua University on something called inverse lithography. Essentially, they're using AI and neural networks to get 3-nanometer printing quality, even with older suboptimal optics.
So they're trying to leapfrog our main advantage entirely.
That seems to be the goal, yeah.
Wow. Okay, speaking of big business moves, let's quickly hit the market movers.
Sure. Oracle stock was up a solid 7%.
That was from the joint venture with TikTok and getting approval for that massive data center in Michigan, right? For them and OpenAI.
Exactly. On the flip side, Nike dropped pretty hard. down 11%.
And that was just disappointing guidance.
Yeah, weak sales in China and Convos is just getting squeezed by competitors like Hoka and Adidas.
So when you put this all together, what does it mean? It feels like while the U.S. is debating slowing AI down because of job fears.
China is just flooring the accelerator,
Mhm.
not just copying our tech, but working on a way to make our primary technological advantage completely irrelevant.
Right. So the final thought to leave you with is this. If China actually succeeds with this non-traditional method for making chips,
How quickly does the U.S. have to pivot from debating domestic job displacement to confronting the very real, very urgent reality of losing its global economic primacy?